In my review of the Starlink Standard 4 kit that you see in front of me, I had mentioned that this is the kit that I would get if I was buying Starlink for the first time, and I kind of briefly mentioned that it's because of this power supply brick. This PoE brick is a premium feature in my opinion over the standard 4X kit, and I wanted to make a video explaining why and also showing you how to use this PoE power brick from the standard 4 kit with a third-party router. Normally, when you talk about using a third-party router with Starlink, you think of the older system, the older design, which is right here. This is the standard 4X kit. It was previously known as the Gen 3 kit, but they've renamed it. And this is what the setup looks like. So you have this power brick right here. It took an AC input from your wall outlet, and it turned it into DC and outputted DC, which went to your router. This is the router 3. And that DC from the power brick goes into here. Your Starlink antenna, the standard antenna, plugs into this port, and that's where the PoE injection happens, inside the Starlink router. So if you wanted to use third-party networking equipment, if you wanted to use your own router, you'd have to keep this in your system and turn on bypass mode in the Starlink app to turn this basically into like bridge mode, where it only powers the dish. It doesn't do any routing functions at all. And that's not really a problem per se. It's just kind of overly complicated in my opinion. If you are going to be using a third-party router and not wanting to use the Starlink router, in my opinion, the standard 4 kit is the way to go because of this new power brick. So this PoE power brick on the standard 4 kit is different because it takes the AC wall input, as you can see here from the wall, and it turns it into DC PoE, and it has two different outputs, one for the antenna and one for the router. In the standard 4 kit, you get the router mini included by default. That's what's plugged in to one of the ports on the power brick. And this powers the router and offers, around 2,000 square feet of Wi-Fi coverage. But again, we're interested in using third-party equipment. So what this kit allows you to do, what this PoE brick allows you to do, is take the router mini, put it aside, you won't need it anymore. And now you have this nice RJ45 plug, and you can plug it into your own router to be able to use third-party network equipment without any Starlink router installed whatsoever. The benefit of that is that it's just a cleaner setup. It's going to be a more reliable setup because you don't have to worry about power supply and the router failing. You only have to worry about the power supply. And it's just cleaner. It's easier to wire up. There's less components involved, as you'll see, because I am actually going to get ready to install this in my own networking closet to replace the current power supply that I have on my standard dish. So that's today's project. That's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to be using this standard 4 PoE power brick with a third-party router system. I'm going to be showing you how I set this up in my own networking closet. So let's go over and check it out. This is what my current setup looks like. I have the Starlink advanced power supply, and I have my antenna connection coming into here, and then I have another cable coming out on the network port of the advanced power supply. It goes up to my Unify cloud gateway right here. So this is my third-party network setup. This is a Ubiquiti Unify network. I've got the Cloud Gateway Max here, and then a PoE switch, and then all the power supply stuff. There's also some network attached storage down here, and then a laptop running some home server software. But anyway, we're focused on the advanced power supply here. And you may be wondering why, if I've got the advanced power supply already, why am I wanting to swap it out for this new PoE power brick from the standard 4 kit? Now, if you don't know, the advanced power supply was an accessory that was sold for the standard kit that allowed you to eliminate the Starlink router completely, kind of like what we're doing with this PoE power brick. This is actually the power supply from the performance kit. They just sold it as a standalone accessory that you could upgrade your standard kit with. They don't do that anymore. So they pulled this from the shop. They had some quality control issues with the power cables that were included in this kit. And once they discovered those quality control issues, they pulled it from the shop, no longer sold it. The only way to get it actually right now is to buy the performance kit. So they're no longer offering this at the time of this video as a standalone accessory for the standard kit. And because of that, I can no longer recommend it to people who are wanting to get rid of the Starlink router. I can no longer have people replicate my setup because this is no longer available. So what I figure I do is install this standard 4 PoE power brick in its place. It's going to do the same functionality that I have this one using for right now. The only difference is this is more accessible. You can actually get this one from Starlink. Okay, so let me show you how this is hooked up. The first thing I wanted to do is actually unplug the Starlink advanced power supply. That's going to power down my antenna so that I can safely remove these cables and reconfigure them to this standard 4 power supply. The other thing is that there's not really a good mounting solution for this PoE power brick yet. Starlink doesn't have an official accessory. They don't have a bracket like they did for the previous power supply in the standard 4X kit. So for now, what I'm going to do is use this double-sided industrial strength Velcro. I think I'm just going to put it right here and mount the standard 4 power supply right above my advanced power supply, leaving this here for now for separate reasons that I'll get to in a future video. So I've just put them on the back here. This industrial strength Velcro is really nice stuff. It actually holds quite a bit of weight. The PoE power brick itself only weighs like a pound or two, not very much weight on here, so I think it'll be fine attached here until I can get some other permanent mounting solution figured out. Hopefully some third-party company comes out with a mount for this, or maybe Starlink will, like they did with the other power supplies. And we're just going to stick this right up here. I'm going to put the PoE ports facing this way because that's where my wires are run, and then the power port is going to be facing the power strip. So I'm just going to put that, let's just say right here. Apply some pressure, and now it's installed. I love this stuff. I love this Velcro, and if you need to, you can always pull it back off and service it or do whatever, and then push it back on, and this thing is secure. It's not going anywhere. Okay, let's do the power connection next. So this is the cord that's included in the standard 4 kit with the standard 4 power supply. So you have, it's on this side. You have this, which is, it doesn't matter which way you put the plug in, but it is kind of hard to push in there. Those water seals are very tight to keep moisture out. So you can just press it in until the seal there is flush with the rest of the housing. And I'm just going to plug it into the power strip. I'm actually going to wait until I get the other connections done before I turn this thing on. So my other connections are the router and the antenna. So let's start with the antenna first. I'm going to unplug the antenna cable from my advanced power supply. And I'll have to do some cable management here in a bit, but so this is just this is a Starlink standard cable. This is the 150-foot version that goes up to the standard antenna on my roof. So I'm just going to plug it into either one of the PoE input ports. On this standard PoE power brick, it doesn't matter which one goes to the router, which one goes to the antenna. Both of them are rated the same for the PoE output, so either one of these will power your dish. And then finally, we need the network connection. Now, I already have my cable run here from the previous installation, but when you order the standard 4 kit, they will include this cable right here. This is like, I think it's like 6 feet or so, and it goes from this RJ45 with the Starlink water seals into a regular RJ45 port. So this end goes into the PoE, either one of the ports here, and then the other end will plug into your third-party router. You can see I've already got a cable run here from a previous installation. So all I need to do is unplug from the advanced power supply, and we'll run it up to the other port on our standard 4 power brick. Okay, so now all my connections are made. I've got my antenna plugged in, I've got my router plugged in, and I've got my power connection made. So the next step is to apply power. We'll plug it in, and we'll check for some power LEDs. So the only LED that's going to light up when you have a third-party router installed is the antenna side, because this is the only Starlink product that's plugged in. The PoE that is output by this power brick is proprietary to Starlink, so it's not going to be able to provide your third-party equipment with PoE, but it is providing a network connection still to my unified cloud gateway. So even though the LED is off on my network connection, it's still working, it's still fine. So it's been a few minutes, I've let it boot up, and I've opened up my Starlink app, and everything is connected. We are online and good to go. So no issues there. So I can confirm for you that indeed you do not need the Starlink router with this standard 4 power brick. You can remove the router mini completely and just plug in your own third-party networking equipment to get this up and running. Okay, I cleaned it up a little bit with some cable management. So now I think this is looking great. So imagine, of course, this advanced power supply not being here because we're not using that anymore. But now it's a pretty simplified setup. This is obviously a lot smaller than the advanced power supply. It doesn't have the same capabilities. It's not, enterprise grade. It doesn't have a DC power input. It doesn't have the automatic transfer switch, stuff like that. They're all features of this advanced power supply, but I wasn't using those anyway since I have a UPS. This is better in my opinion for a home network, something like what I'm using. If you're going to be using a third-party router with your Starlink kit, I definitely think the standard 4 is the way to go if you're brand new to Starlink. Now, unfortunately, Starlink doesn't sell the standard 4 PoE brick as a standalone accessory at this time. I hope they offer it in the future, but the only way to get this is to order the residential 100 megabit per second service as a new customer or a new service line from Starlink. They'll send you the equipment for free in most areas. All I had to pay was $20 in shipping. And of course you have to pay that monthly plan price of at least $50 per month to keep this rental equipment. But otherwise, this is mine to keep as long as I'm paying my Starlink bill. This has several advantages over the Starlink 4X kit if you're going to be using your own router. And this is one of them. It's just a lot cleaner. You don't need to have the Starlink router in your system at all, which also eliminates the need for the bypass mode setting in the Starlink app. Because we physically removed the Starlink router, that's like a physical bypass instead of needing the software bypass mode. And yes, you need to order the residential 100 service to be able to get this kit because it's designed to be like the cheapest, lowest cost equipment. However, you can always upgrade your plan later if you need more speed. If you want the residential 200 or residential max subscriptions, you can always upgrade later and keep your standard 4 kit. Just tell Starlink that you don't want to upgrade your kit, you just want to keep your hardware, and they'll allow you to do that. So that's a way to get, in my opinion, the best kit right now, which is the standard 4 with this cool PoE power brick, and then upgrade if you need more speed. So I love this thing. I love that they've included this as an option. I really hope they expand this to the standard 4X kit. I don't really see a reason why they can't. You can use the router 3 in place of the router mini just by swapping out the kind of cable that you're connecting it to. So there's no reason why Starlink can't ship all standard kits with this PoE power brick. And then the only difference between the standard 4 and the standard 4X would be the router that they send you. Standard 4 would have the router mini, and then the standard 4X would have the router 3. That would allow everybody with, no matter what Starlink kit you get, to easily eliminate the Starlink router and bypass it physically to be able to use third-party networking equipment. So thanks for watching, guys. That's all for this project. Let me know if you have any questions about this PoE power brick or Starlink or using a third-party networking equipment with Starlink. I'll chat with you in the comments below. Appreciate you watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.